I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. Over the weekend, Howard Kurtz, a host of a Fox program called Media Buzz, explained live on TV that he wanted to cover the $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit filed by Dominion against Fox, but that the Fox executives were preventing him from covering it on air or talking about it. Play this clip of Howard Kurtz on Fox this weekend.
Some of you have been asking why I'm not covering the Dominion voting machines lawsuit against Fox involving the unproven claims of election fraud in 2020, and it's absolutely a fair question. I believe I should be covering it. It's a major media story, given my role here at Fox. But the company has decided that as part of the organization being sued, I can't talk about it or write about it, at least for now. I strongly disagree with that decision, but as an employee, I have to abide by it. And if that changes, I'll let you know.
You know, to some extent, I think that Howard Kurtz talking about this on Fox and saying it live, that he was being silenced by Fox executives from talking about the defamation lawsuit, is a positive thing to learn that that is what is going on behind the scenes. It's not exactly a big surprise here that Fox is doing that. Also, I think it is interesting to know that even he at Fox is getting a lot of pressure from viewers who want to know and want to hear a response. And what's Fox's view about this defamation lawsuit filed by Dominion? It shows that people are learning about and are aware about the Dominion lawsuit, and specifically the recent Dominion filing, the summary judgment motion, where they put all of the text messages, all of the emails, and under oath deposition transcripts of all of the top Fox executives and top Fox hosts like Tucker and Laura Ingraham and Sean Hannity, where everybody at Fox was calling their viewership, was calling their base, was calling the people intentionally spreading the conspiracies effing lunatics and kooky and crazy, but they said that they needed to spread the election disinformation to help their rating. So the fact that Fox viewers are learning about that filing and they're asking the questions, I think is another good thing. But ultimately here, what always just kind of strikes me about what Howard Kurtz said is, you know, just because the executives are silencing you doesn't mean you have to work there. You know, you can quit. You don't have to be part of the infrastructure at Fox. I get you want that paycheck, but is that paycheck more important than democracy? Is that paycheck more important than our national security interests? And for many at Fox, and apparently still now for Howard Kurtz, the answer is yes, that for that paycheck from Fox, for that Murdoch money, they're willing to destroy and overthrow our democracy. And I'll give you just a background on Howard Kurtz for just a quick minute. You know, Howard Kurtz started his career at Washington Post. He got his first job from Bob Woodward, a very diligent reporter. He then went on to host CNN's Reliable Sources, and then ultimately hosted the show Media Buzz on Fox, which is an hour-long news media criticism program. That's how they refer to themselves, as a media criticism program. Well, they should probably start with criticizing the fact that Fox is an entirely propaganda network at every aspect of it. And the show airs Sunday mornings at 11 a.m., and it discusses politics and pop culture issues. And Kurtz tries to project an image as being someone who is more moderate, but you really can't do that anymore on Fox. That really doesn't exist. I mean, at the end of the day, Fox is aiding and abetting the overthrow of our democracy, and you have people like Howard Kurtz aiding it. And when I watched this video, I thought more broadly, though, about the banality of evil and that concept, as it's come to be called, of just people like Howard Kurtz showing up for that paycheck every day in service of right-wing disinformation echo chambers, with no humanity, no decency. I mean, Howard Kurtz, by all accounts, seems to be a decent person, seems to be someone who is, I mean, the fact that he's even sharing that information shows that there is some kind of consciousness there. But at the end of the day, he's someone who further aids and abets the infrastructure of Fox, brings in business to Fox, an entity which is designed by its very nature to spread propaganda and to overthrow our democracy. In many ways, they have somebody like Howard Kurtz, and he should be aware that this is why they have him there. They have him as a prop, and they have him there over the weekend talking about media criticism, other media that he's criticizing, while not turning the mirror to Fox. And he's being used as a tool to attack other media networks and, again, insulate Fox. It's one of the reasons why I frankly think that it should be unlawful for Fox to refer to themselves as news at a bare minimum. They want to call themselves opinion, Fox Entertainment, should more likely be Fox Fascism, go for it. But none of what they're saying is news. And when you go through the Fox files, when you go through that Dominion summary judgment motion where you see the text messages and you see the retaliatory nature where not only was Tucker and Ingraham and Hannity and all the higher ups calling the people who watch the network idiots and lunatics and effing lunatics and all of these things, they were retaliating against people at Fox who wanted to tell the truth, who wanted to get out the facts. That's why it's just so cowardly. If ultimately what your design is, Fox, which it is to overthrow our democracy and support fascism, just go out and say it. Say that that's what you want to do. Put forth those ideas and try to make that argument. Try to appeal to the population that you think that that's a better system than our democracy. But it's done on such a insidious, cowardly level where you lie and you hide the design, you manipulate your viewers, and frankly, you silence your own reporters, where someone like Howard Kurtz goes on air and refuses to, or he says that I'd like to talk about it, but the execs say that I can't talk about it, so I'm just going to take my paycheck and shut up. You could quit. You could quit. You could stand up. You could have the smallest modicum of guts. I mean, Howard Kurtz, it's not like, Howard Kurtz, you're in the 1% of 1% of Americans. You've had a long career in journalism. I'm sure you could find some other thing to do but work for a fascist corporation that wants to overthrow our democracy. You have to take the paycheck from them? I don't know. I think that's cowardly. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your incredible support. Please hit the subscribe button now. We're marching to 1 million subscribers in March. So hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Also, subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast that I do with my brothers. Wherever you get your audio podcast, it's free. Just search MeidasTouch podcast. Also, check out patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch for some exclusive membership content there. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
Our blue wall stopped the red wave and election deniers got denied election. That's why we're celebrating with the new Democracy Prevails team. We've got lots of work to do, but we should all be proud that when democracy was tested, democracy prevailed. You've earned this. Don't wait. Get yours right now at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.